So these, this is bee balm, right? So that's a great honey plant, but as you can see, it's already dried up and gone to seed. But hopefully we'll have another stand of it out here next year. And that's Gaillardia, or Indian blanket right there. That's another good honey plant. One of the plants that does yield some in the summertime with appropriate moisture in the ground is mesquite. Okay, see that tag on it?
So do the different plants yield different flavored honey?
Mm-hmm, they do. They do, and
Mesquite honey good?
oh, it's delicious stuff.
Ooh, I love mesquite.
You put that on the pizza. Dessert.
Okay. I think these supers may have been put on a little too late for them to have done anything with them. So I don't expect to see much in the super.
And when were these put in?
Whenever my assistant Tara visited the hives, and I'm not sure when that was.
Is that this year?
Yeah. We just had the bottoms on until about, so the bottoms were put on probably about 6 months ago, and Dan put them on, and then.
When was that? Was that was March, wasn't it?
About March, all right, yeah, that was 6 months.
Okay, so they.
Is the queen anywhere on there?
This hive looks like it needs.
Wow.
So that is a queen cell. They're trying to rear a new queen right now. So
Cool.
it's a good thing that we're here so that we can help this colony out. We got a queen in pocket. See, that's all pollen right there. Okay.
Oh, where?
This is all pollen.
Yeah.
This is honey, right there around the edges.
Whoa. I wanna taste
Okay. You want to taste it? Let's get a better comb.
Take your glove off.
it. Yeah.
You just go ahead and take your your veil. I don't think we're gonna have to worry about this colony stinging us. Okay.
What is this?
So
Get this untied.
yeah.
Look at that.
I didn't bring any plastic spoons with me, but
Finger
yeah. So if we're trying to really get all the honey we could out of these colonies, well, you could extract like a comb like this, even though it's in the bottom, because this hive's got enough honey that this is essentially surplus, even though it's not in the honey super per se. Okay, so you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to use this as a spoon, or you want
I
to
could-
lick your finger, or
Yeah.
what do you want to do?
So what do I do? Just.
Yeah, just dig into it, big time.
Oh my gosh.
There you go, like that.
Let's see.
That's good.
You want to try it?
That's good honey.
Here, feed me.
Oh. That's tasty.
You like that?
Very nice.
Wonder what. That looks.
Gave me a little honeycomb too. That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So one of the reasons why it's a good idea to check on the colonies periodically is because something like this can happen, or for whatever reason.
What is that that happens?
They've lost their queen, okay?
Oh,
So
no.
they're attempting to rear one themselves. I can accelerate the process and hopefully reduce the risk that a spider or other critter will.
So is there a queen
For-
in each box?
There should be. That's the way it's
Or does
supposed to
there-
work.
There's only one queen per box, right?
Most of the time, although in situations like this, sometimes they'll rear a daughter queen and she'll occupy the colony briefly with the mother queen. So I'll have to tear down these queen cells as soon as we get ready to install a new one. Otherwise, we'll end up with a conflict, and the virgin queen often wins in a battle with the mated queen. Yep. Okay.
And so what is the 10 acres?
10 acres, and it goes past the fence line. So it goes toward to the creek, and then also the strip goes up past the farm map as well. And,
Oh, look. So this hive actually did produce some honey in the honey super.
What does that mean, the honey soup?
That's what they were supposed to do?
Yeah, they see how they've drawn that fresh wax
yeah,
out.
Look at that.
Wow.
That's like
So
textbook.
we can, you know, if you want, we can come extract
That'd be great. We'd love to
supers like this.
I would love that. Oh my gosh.
If you want me to do it.
taste honeycomb stuff.
Yeah, I tell you what, do you have like a Tupperware container
yeah,
handy?
Sure.
It'd be easy enough if we had a knife and a
Okay, yeah,
Tupperware
bring the
container to
knife
just
and a-
carve out some of
Yeah,
the
let's take some home.
some of the comb.
Cool. I got it.
You can share it with your friends and
I'm not
have it to.
make,
You're hoarding it.
I
Okay.
make specialty pizzas at home, a wood burning oven.
You'd have to
Oh.
come taste
And
some
my
pizza.
dessert pizza, I put honey on it. I'd love to do that.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
honey.
that sounds
I just
awesome.
made some for Bill Clinton and different, dignitaries and famous people come in there all the time.
Well, good for you.
Flip them out to see
Well,
honey too.
we have a good market already.
So where'd you get your wood-fired oven?
I've had one for about 15 years. But this recent one at this house I'm in now,
Okay, so this is what a
4 years ago.
sorry to interrupt. So this
No.
is what a healthy colony's brood looks like, right? So these are all developing
see the other
bees
side?
in the middle, surrounded by honey. So you can see that those are larvae. Okay, a little curled up caterpillar. And younger stuff like eggs or embryos surround that down here in this sector. They look like little miniature grains of rice. I don't know whether you want to grab this or not, but I encourage you to do it just because
My glove?
So
Yeah,
this one is
you
healthier.
know,
Why is that? Because the
it's got a
is
queen.
intact and-
Yeah, you got a queen and they're
So
doing what
this
they're
would
supposed to
yield
do.
How much? How soon would this yield? How long is it to?
Well, you know, this colony was
Come
just
check it.
established in March, so
Right, so something.
it's not really, you know, it wasn't designed to be producing any honey this year.
Wow.
So you got probably, you know, if we were to maximize recovery out of that super right there, we can probably get 15 pounds out of it.
Holy cow. And you weren't even expecting. You got some good bees.
So, and if we increase the number and the chances, and what kind of flowers? What is this flavor right now that they're making?
I'll have to
What do you-
taste it and I'll
yeah.
give you my best guess, but I'm guessing it's going to be a blend of that bee balm and gaillardia that I pointed to out there, as well as maybe some mesquite.
Whatever it was wasn't
Some-
overly sweet, too.
So if
It
you
was
wanted
good.
like different flavors,
Mhm.
like partition off different areas to have more.
Yeah, that's going to be tricky to do without having a landscape where you can control more of the area that they forage in. So
Right.
they'll fly out, you know, as far as 2 miles from the colony.
Or you would just call it like a mix between.
Yeah.
You would just say it's a mesquite.
You see the
know,
queen
flower.
Where is she?
walking around the middle of the cone there? Right there.
Oh, wow.
See how you
I
can
wish I
see
brought
that she's
my macro.
got a larger thorax, much longer
Mhm.
abdomen, and she's the mother of all those bees.
Which one is the queen?
Right there,
Underneath.
under my
Oh
thumb.
wow, yeah.
Under my thumb.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Whoa. Is there the
So now that I've found her,
coming out?
pardon me?
Are those new bees coming out? Or are they?
I'll show you some brand new bees. But let me, first of all, I'm going to take her off this comb and put her back in the hive. Because what I can do now that we found this queen, and we need to kind of restart or reboot that one, we'll just pull that comb of brood and bees and give that to the hive next door to help them move along, right?
So how?
Because they've got plenty, but yeah, so you've got a variety of, so that's a newly emerged bee,
Oh,
okay? Can you tell how pale
he's
and
kinda stumpy
color
too,
and
yeah.
sort of callow the chitin is, the exoskeleton?
Mhm.
You can discern the difference if you're comparing it to like one of the older foragers in the
Yeah.
hive. So an older bee would be like that bee,
Uh-huh.
right?
And then is
And of
that
course,
one?
every one of these chocolate colored cells is going to contain a developing pupa, you know, where
Wow.
metamorphosis is happening. So all those are turning into baby bees here before you know it.
Which
It's a
one should
21-day life cycle from egg to adult.
Mhm.
So
Look
anyway,
at that.
we need this over here. And I'm going to try to move through this pretty quickly now. And if you get if you're curious if I don't answer your questions, just feel free to interrupt me. So now I'm gonna, since we know that we've got a queen and we're gonna be able to transfer a brood back into this, I'm getting rid of all these queen cells.
Oh.
What are those queen cells? Those are like them trying
That's
to
the developing queen. So the queen
And then they'll fight.
develops in a completely different structure than the ordinary cell. It hangs down vertically, as you can see, right? Sort of like a peanut hanging off the comb. Let me give it one more of these too.
Why has that got so much comb on it?
The queen is in there, right?
So
Pardon me?
Side it's here.
Right here?
Yeah.
So that's a feeder that was put in here to provide sugar syrup to help them build out when it was first established. And
Oh, I see. That's a
they've
feeding
now
slot.
filled it with wax,
Wow.
right? So actually what you could do is you could just take that whole feeder with you and then cut that out later.
That's so cool. Can I hold one of them? Which one is the best to hold?
Slut?
Mhm.
Yeah, turn me on, take a picture.
So hold it so that you can get the sunlight coming over your shoulder. All right, and you grasp it firmly, okay? Don't panic if you drop it.
Yeah.
You lift it up so you're looking down in the cell this way, like that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, can you see the little miniature grains of rice stabbed in the
Yeah.
bottom of those cells right there? So those are embryos that are freshly laid.
Oh my gosh.
And so the queen's laying non-stop
That is
during the honey flow and can produce as many as 2,000 eggs a day. And there's the queen again. We put her back in the hive and she's climbed back out on this comb. All right, so we're gonna
I used to be terrified of bees.